Yo, what up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? I've been meaning to go live for the past few days to talk about a few things, but Tom didn't permit me, So I'm gonna talk about it now real quick. Um, Look, here's the thing, right? A lot of stuff. I sit back and I watch, and everything ain't always meant to be talked about at that moment. Sometimes you see things, and you sit and you ponder on it, right? And you try to figure out ways to improve different things. As far as me with the leagues, I'm always about trying to be fair but keeping it fun at the same time, right? And improve different things for whatever I can. So it's a few things that I gotta mention. I'm gonna start off with the trading. Some guys from here on out, any guys that I'm unfamiliar with, that's new to the league, you guys are under a trial run before you can trade. I can't let just if you're new to the league and I don't know you, I cannot allow you to make trades. Reason being, I don't know how you are long term. And I'm gonna be honest, for me, it's gonna go by also what I see out the player. If I see somebody come in and they're on top of their game and they nice with it, then I might fall back and be like, I know what they're doing. But if you come in the league and you weak, nah, you can't make trades with nobody. I understand you gonna want to try to do things that's better for your team, but nah, I can't allow that. And the reason being is I've had a lot of guys over the years in my leagues, as well as other leagues that I was a part of. But now I just keep it strictly with my league. I'm not into playing all these different leagues, so I'm only speaking about my league. In my league, over the past couple of seasons, over the past couple of Maddens, I've had guys come, right, get down, play for a little while, get beat upside their head, and then leave. Meantime, between time, either they made some crazy trades that I now got to go back and try to put as much tape on this team as I can, to make it look a little better, or I just have guys just disappear, period, with no warnings and no nothing. So when anytime you're doing the league, the first thing you want to do is have the league full. The second thing you want to do is have the league full of people that's going to play, right? Because if you got 32 users, if you got a user that's in and out, it's the same thing as having a CPU, right? So all users ain't good users. Just like you heard that phrase, all money ain't good money. It's the same thing here. All users ain't good users. You got guys that say they want to play. You got guys that you won't, they'll play week 2 and then they pop out week 8. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, nah, we not, we ain't doing that over here, right? We ain't doing that. So for the guys that's new to the league that I don't know, I'm sorry, but I'm not allowing you guys to trade. You know what I mean? Unless, like I said, unless I see the stipulation is if you come in and you smoking people, then it's like, all right, cool. But if you coming in and you getting blasted, you giving up 80 points, 90 points, 100 points, nah, that tells me that you are, a guy that's not too familiar with playing against competition. And it's not to say that you won't improve. You can improve if you stick around, but a lot of guys don't stick around. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys don't stick around when they get smoked like that, So a lot of guys just get they confidence just fall, through the ground and they give up. And it's cool. I'm not saying just because you join my league, like, oh, once you in, you can't leave. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you're going to leave, I would like a heads up for one. And I don't need you coming in. I don't need you coming in, and yeah, exactly. Like how the Falcons came in with before the reboot. He came in and he went on like a 11 game win streak. See, if you come in doing something like that, I'm not gonna bother you. But if you coming in and you giving up 90 points, 100 points, and nah, I don't want to see you trading. You understand? Because that lets me know you are further behind the skill gap than what you expected. And that's cool. It doesn't mean that you won't get better. But I'm saying before you worried about making trades, you need to worry about your gameplay, your scheme, because whatever it is that you was doing before you joined these leagues that made you feel like you can play, you got a dose of reality when you joined the league. And it's not to say that you won't get better. You just got to stay with it. But everybody don't stay with it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, when you look around these leagues, right, and this even go for guys that's been playing, you got a lot of guys in here that sore losers. You got a lot of guys that sore losers. You got a lot of guys that hate to lose. Nothing wrong with hate to lose. Sore losers is a whole nother thing. You understand? Like, you got guys in here that I know for a fact that when they play, if they play their own franchise, like against the computer, I know you got some guys in here that if they feel like they're going to lose, they'll reset the game and play again. I know there are guys that exist like that, because I see the way it goes on in here. You got some guys that do not like to lose. You got some guys that gets mad when people want to put up as many points on them, and then when they in the position to blow somebody out, they showboating. So you got guys that like to showboat when they're on top, and then when they losing, they catching tantrums. You know what I mean? Like, I see it all. I see it all. But again, everything ain't meant for me to overspeak upon. I look and I see and I watch and I observe. So that's just one thing I wanted to cover. Any guys that I'm unfamiliar with, I'm not letting you guys trade unless you come in somebody that's coming in and you on top of your game. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is because, it's easy to just get a team and play in the league, but as a commissioner, once somebody leaves, you're trying to fill that team. And it's hard to tell somebody, yo, I got such and such open. Oh yeah, but they ain't got this guy, they ain't got that guy. So then what do the next person have to work with? You understand? I keep telling you guys that some of y'all make trades. Some of y'all give up y'all best players and don't get nothing in return. You give up a superstar players. You give up superstar players for a bunch of role and bench players, and I really don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? But again, it ain't for me to always GM y'all teams, but I'm speaking about it because I'm saying if I allowed certain trades to go down for dudes I don't know, it's hard to fill a gap, to fill that void for that team because dude done did so much, he done did so much destruction to that team. It's like, yo, you got to tell dude, yo, I'm going to give you a superstar here. I'm going to give you X factor there just to try to balance out, the damage that's been done. But that's just what it is, man. So from here on out, anybody that joined my league and you're not allowed to trade the first season unless I see that you know what you're doing. You understand? There are some veteran guys in here now that when you look at the trades they make, you be like, huh? But they know what they doing, so I let it rock. You understand? I don't get in the way of what they want to do. That's just what it is. Now we're gonna talk about fair sims and stuff like that, right? Now, first let me say this. Here's a new rule that I'm adding to the mix. From now on, if you got 3 fair sims, you only allow, this goes for anybody, you only allow 3 fair sims per season, or should I say 3 fair sim wins per season. I'm not gonna let nobody make the playoffs off getting fair sims. You understand? So what I'm basically telling you is that you only allowed but so many fair sims. After that, yo, you getting a loss. You understand? And look, I got somebody in one of my leagues right now, right? He got 4 wins, and all 4 of his wins is off of fair sims. He didn't win no games on his own. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at stuff like that, and I'm like, nah, we can't allow that. You understand what I'm saying? We can't allow that. Like, so nobody's going to fair sim they win into the playoffs. We're not allowing that. So that's something that I thought about, like 2 days ago. So that rule is being implemented immediately. You understand? So, which means that from here on out, from this moment on, anybody that got more than 3 fair sim wins, you are not allowed to get any more fair sim wins on your schedule. You will have a forced loss. No. Don't touch that. Put that black phone down. Charge your tablet. You are not allowed to get a bunch of fair sims, man. I don't want to look up in the middle of the season, a team got 9 wins and 7 of them is fair sim wins. Nah, that's not what we doing here. If you got that many fair sims against your opponent, then you can't keep telling me it's your opponent. You gotta play a role in that, and I'm not we not doing that. We trying to ball. I don't care if win, lose, or tie. You gotta play. You understand? Another thing we came up with, that speaking about this with the commissioners the other day, that I like, that they came up with. If you are a guy who has a small window, right? If you got a small window against your opponent, and I'm gonna give an example exactly what I'm talking about. Let's say you play somebody and somebody say, "Yo, bro, I'm available from the morning till 6 in the evening," right? Then he tells you, "Yo, I'll be back. I won't be back in the crib till, you know, uh, 10 o'clock," right? That's still a big window because he's letting you know he's available for most of the day. And yeah, it may be a little late when he come back, but he's still saying, "Yo, I'm available even at 10." If you are somebody who's only available from, 6 to 9, that's a small window. And what one of the commissioners came up with that I agree with, if you have a smaller window than your opponent, then you are the person that needs to bend a little bit to get that game in. Even if you feel like it's a little too late, if you care that much, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you how this is going to go. If you have a small window and your opponent is the one with the big window, then you know. Right, is exactly. We about to change some things up because there's some things that's going down, and we're gonna get to some other things too. You know, like I said, if you got the smaller window, then you need to be the one that's gonna bend a little in order to get this game. Because I'm telling you now, it's not gonna be a fair sim. The commissioners came up with it. I agree with it. That's one thing about me, that I ain't got to be the one to always come up with the ideas. If somebody come up with an idea, oh, I ain't gonna front. That makes sense. You know what? Yeah, let's go with that. So again, if you are somebody with a small window against your opponent is the one with the big window, and he keep telling you, "Yo, bro, I'm available this time, that time," and you the one that's like, "Yo, I'm available from 6 to 8, from 5 to 7, 5 to 8," and he's saying he back at the crib 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to bend. You're gonna have to bend to play that game a little late, even if you normally don't. But if you don't want the forced loss, you're gonna have to play that game. Why? You the one that's got to bend because you the one with the small window. The person that with the big window ain't got to bend. He's available a whole lot of the time. You understand? So, you can't just have everything your way. And I understood it when the commissioner said it, and I respected it. You can't just have it your way. If you got the small window, yeah, you got to have to work with your opponent. Otherwise, just take the loss, and that's cool. Problem solved. But you can't scream fair sim when you don't want the small window. That's not fair to your opponent. So from here on out, also, if you the one with the small window, and I gave you an example, even if it's a little late, then what you normally would, listen, if you don't want the loss, then you're going to have to thug it out and knock the game out. Now, of course, I'm saying you don't have to bend. Of course, I'm saying you don't have to bend if your window is big like your opponent's. I'm saying this is for the guys with the little window. You know, then yeah, man, you're gonna have to bend. Another example: if your opponent could play the advanced day and the day after advance, and you're not available to play till day of advance, yes, you do want the smaller window. You the one that's got to bend for that day. However it is you need to work it out, work it out. Otherwise, just take your loss, don't complain, and that's it. Problem solved. It's really, look, at the end of the day, it's really not difficult, right? Have y'all, there are guys I never had issues with anybody with playing. There's nobody ever came on here and said, yo, why not as hard to difficult to schedule a game with? There are quite a few guys that's like that never have issues with playing anybody or scheduling the time. But if you notice, there are a lot of guys that always got issues when it comes to playing. And the why, I don't even feel like getting into to even try to discuss the why. I'm just saying, yo, things got to be changed up. That's all. Things got to be changed up. So again, we're not letting nobody fetch some their way into the playoffs. And if you're the one with the smaller window, you're the one that's going to have to bend a little bit if you don't want that forced loss on your back. Now, moving right along. Wait, I feel like there's something else I wanted to touch in regards to that. Um, some of you guys also, some of you guys also feel like you don't have to reach out to your opponent. Why is it that some guys always the one that's getting tagged, or why is it that some guys say things like, "Yo, you only hit me once." Yo, do you realize once means everything if you never reached out at all? Like, there is no rule the home team is the one that got to reach out, or the away team is the one that got to reach out. Yo, look, we all in the league, right? We all got a phone. We all know we part of a league. We all know that at some point in time, we got to play a game. If you see the league advance today, even if you wasn't on top of what went on today, you know the next day, oh, yo, league advance, let me see who I play. It takes a few seconds to reach out to opponent and tag, and that goes for anybody, man. Like, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. And I'm not saying that you need to commit to a time. I'm not saying you need to have an exact time. But what I am saying, give somebody a window. You understand? Like, I ain't saying, yo, when the league advance, you need to be telling Murph, yo, I can play 7 o'clock. No, you don't have to do that. If you can, that's cool. But what I'm saying is that give people a window. Yo, bro, I'm available from 4 to 7. I'm available from 3 to 9. I'm available from 5 to 9. Like, give somebody a window to work with. And yes, you can be the one that tagged your opponent. Like, some of y'all just got the type of swag to where is that, somebody always got to reach out to you. How is that? You understand? How is that? Like, is it that some of y'all be hoping that your opponent don't tag you so you can get a fair sim? Like, I really don't understand how this thing go. I don't understand how you got guys that don't tag nobody. And like I say, like, you got some guys that, and the reason why I came up with all this trade stuff and everything I'm come up with, even guys that's not, that's not. I don't want to just to backpedal on what I said about guys that I don't know. It ain't just for guys I don't know. I know Marzelli, right? But Marzelli is now included in this. He's not allowed to make no trades until he play games. I'm just saying, like, Marzelli. I remember Marzelli, but I can't even say that because Claw showed me that the only league that Marzelli wasn't playing in is I think with all the other leagues that he's in, he has been playing. So that's cool. But basically what I'm saying is that for guys that's known for popping out like a jack in the box, I really don't want to see y'all trading. I'm telling you now, I'm going to be shooting y'all trades down more than anything. Like, you can't be known for trading more than playing. Like, come on. You understand? And then some of y'all guys just don't have no patience. Like, some of you guys just keep wanting to do everything overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but that was my problem, though, in Witt. Like, he made a trade in Witt with the 49ers. Like, how you make this trade with the 49ers and you ain't even playing? Like, what was the point? What was the point in that? Like, I really don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I ain't even want Super to join AGS. You know what I'm saying? To keep it a thou wow with you. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I was like, you know what? I always give people a chance. Some people might change and tighten up. But yes, Superman ain't good for no league. Superman always play a couple of games and he get lost. You know what I'm saying? He's another one that, you got to tag in order to play. He ain't really going out his way to tag you. I'm just saying, man, like, nobody feel like chasing nobody. You know what I'm saying? We all know we in the league. It's your job to just be on point. I'm not saying you got to be in the chat. I'm not saying you got to be in the chat cracking jokes or talking about main events. You ain't got to be in the chat at all. Just reach out to your opponent. That's it. That's all you got to do. Like, you ain't got to do nothing except reach out to your opponent and play your games. That's it. You understand? But a lot of guys want to always copy off what other people do. A lot of guys feel like they want overnight success. So they may go out and make these crazy trades to try to keep up with what they see is going on in the league. Yo, man, like, these ain't 1 year leagues. Like, these leagues go and go and go. So why do some of y'all get caught up into making these trades right now. There is a such thing called next season. But again, this ain't that type of live. This live ain't for that. The coach niggas. Only reason why I bring up trading because I'm talking about for guys that's not known for playing like that, and for guys that I don't know. But this ain't a live to get into about what people doing with their trades and that's I'm tired of talking about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't, and that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you mentioned that to me, but I had to kick that to you like that as far as with him, because it's like, yo, come on now, like, I can't keep watching these dudes make trades and they're not even really playing like that. So my thing is like, and what I don't really understand about the Marzelli trade, right? Um, Marzelli trade for McCaffrey, right? All right, cool. You trade for McCaffrey. But McCaffrey ain't no spring chicken. So you trade for a guy like him because he's nice now, but you look like you tanking. So you got a whole year going down the drain for McCaffrey. You understand? He's not going to get better because he's getting older. He may stay around the same. But you wasting a guy like that. Well, exactly. Well, that's a whole other conversation about Najee Harris. I said the same thing. I don't even know why he even made that trade. But what I'm saying is that you brought in somebody that's older, and you letting the whole season go down the drain with him. So guess what? He now just turned a year older, and you ain't even like putting it to use. Like, so what was the point of the trade then? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't be understanding the logic and what a lot of people do. Like, we're not talking about somebody that's 21 and you like, yo, nah, I want to pull him under the ranks. You talking about somebody that's older. So you letting a player that's older a whole season going down the drain. You understand? Like, what's the point of that? So again, a lot of guys do stuff that I just don't understand. Now let's get to tanking. There is no tanking after no week 2 or week 3, right? Like, what are you tanking for after week 2 or week 3? Like, and and the thing about it is that yo, you gotta play. Even if you tanking and you play, you gotta play the game, man. You gotta play the game. Ain't no just giving your opponent the win like that. So like, ain't no tanking. Like, if you tanking because your season is over, all right, that's one thing. But like, why are you tanking? Why are guys tanking after week 3? If you start off 0-3, what are you tanking for? You understand? Like, and another thing I don't understand about guys that don't even play, that's just tanking, just throwing in the towel. Here's my question to you. If you don't like the team that you have and you tanking, you do realize even if you get the number 1 pick, that's only 1 pick, right? So in other words, let's say you get a dope quarterback you like. Who is he throwing the ball to? Because you didn't take the time to build nobody up on your team. So you didn't take the time to build no receivers up. You didn't take the time to build no cornerbacks up or nothing. So the only thing you did good was tank to get a good pick. But meanwhile, everybody morale is low. Nobody got better. Nobody got a trait game. Like, I don't understand. Like, why do guys not play even if you feel like you are tanking? Money Mascot in AGS, in last AGS before the reboot, AGS he had the Texans. Money Mascot was getting smoked, right? And people kept saying, yo, money this, money that. But I came on live. I did a 5th quarter, and I told y'all, I said, yo, nobody's paying attention to what Money's doing. Money's losing. But yeah, if Money don't care about the season, but what Money Mascot was doing was, it was a receiver on this team. I was looking up. Yeah, he got blown out, but guess what? The receiver had 15 catches, almost 300 yards receiving. And he was doing that numerous times. And guess what? After that season, that receiver was now somebody in the midst of him still losing. So now guess what? So now he go and get him a dope quarterback or whatever he want in the offseason to go along with the receiver that he just built up. So that's what I'm trying to say about dudes that be tanking. Some of you dudes tanking don't even play. What's the purpose in that? Like, you ain't building nobody up. And as far as tanking, if I give you upgrades and you tanking, the upgrades is taken away. All right, you're not gonna beat the system. You're not gonna get upgrades and tank. Like, the purpose of me you giving, if the whole purpose for me giving you upgrades is for you to compete. But if you're not gonna compete, then you don't need no upgrades. Like Rick, you got the Texans, and I said, yo, I said Odell goes to the Texans, right? So you got Odell and you got upgrades and you still tanking. So like like you dudes are basically y'all. If I allow y'all to take the route that y'all taking, y'all gonna have a better team than me with all the upgrades that I'm giving and y'all tanking. Nah, come on, we not doing that. So ain't no tanking, man. You gotta play. I don't care if you give up 100 points. You got to play your games. And I'm just saying, Rick, you come on the chat yesterday and you saying I'm ducking you, but come on, dude. You only came in to say that is because I mentioned what I'm talking about now. So you tried to save some face by acting like you wanted to come out and play, but you ain't play in about a month. And as far as league wise, you know what I mean? You ain't playing a minute. So you could come in front and act like you really wanted to play, and maybe you did want to play. But what I'm saying is that if you did, you only did because of what I mentioned. You understand? Like you wasn't playing because I didn't even know you was taking. Like I found out you was taking early. I'm like, yo, he taking? What he taking for? You know what I'm saying? As far as I know, you played like your first two, maybe three games, and that was it. And then you just went straight tank mode. And I'm just saying, hold on. I gave you superstar there. I might have gave you X Factor there. I gave you some stuff, so that's not enough. So you want the upgrades and you want the tanking. Nah. So being that you tanking, and there's nothing I can do about it now because you already started tanking, them upgrades you got, it's just taken away from you. That's all. And on another note, anybody that I give upgrades to, you cannot put them plays on the block. You understand? If if you get a team in my league and I say, yo, bro, I'm gonna give you some upgrades, and you choose the players that you want, you can't put them players on the block. You understand? Those are your players that you got the upgrades on. Work with that. Like, guys, you guys are just trying to get over all in many ways as possible. And it's like, yo, come on, I'm the commissioner of the league. Do you know how much slick stuff I can do that don't even come to my mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, but yet you got guys that's always trying to pull a fast one or feel like, come on, man, like just play your game. Like, even if you losing, so what? Like you can still get breakout games when you losing, in case you didn't know. If somebody killing, you can get a breakout game. You know what I'm saying? But some of you guys just get caught up with the number one pick or number two pick, and then you just throw in the towel. Like, where's the logic in that? And then when you look around at your team, and you got a bunch of red minuses next to every player because the morale is crazy low, the overalls is lower, way lower than what it should be. I'm just saying that you're not helping your team, dude. You hurting your team. You really hurting your team. So again, but I don't, again, I come out, like I said, I think about stuff and I see things and it's like, yo, I chop it up with commissioners and mention things to them. Everything ain't always meant to come out and be spoken upon right there at the moment. You think about it, you digest it, and you say, you know what? I'm gonna go about it this way and handle it this way and do that and do that. Like, I mean, it's really not that it's really not that difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that difficult at all. So, I mean, like, you guys make things harder than what it need to be, but it's really not that difficult, man. Like, I just be looking at stuff and just looking at what's going on. It's like, yo, come on, what are y'all doing? Like, I try to do what I can, with everything. Like, the stuff that I come up with is always to try to help people out. You understand? I always try to come up with little stuff. It ain't gotta be nothing big, but listen, when you don't have nothing, a little is a lot. You understand? Like, I don't know too many guys in other commissioners in other leagues that do what I do as far as like, attributes for this or try to accommodate guys. You understand? If you playing somebody and the game or somebody quit or the game cut out or the game didn't save, I say, yo, I'm gonna give you some attributes. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, just to make you feel like you ain't waste your time. You know. And I don't come up with stuff that benefits me because a lot of stuff I come up with, matter of fact, everything I come up with, I don't even think about me first. I think about the league first. I came up with the Monday night thing, right? I don't even have a game on Monday night, at least with the Jets and AGS. I got to look at the other leagues, but I know the Jets don't have a Monday night game. You understand? So I don't come up with stuff that benefit me. Just so guys think, just in case anybody thinking like, oh, you might be coming up with stuff because you know you're gonna get something out of it. No, that's not true at all. I don't have a Monday night game. So guess what? What I came up with, I'm not even gonna benefit from. But it's cool because I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing for the benefit of myself. I do something to try to keep the league jumping and to just do little things to help out. And the reason why I came up with the whole Monday night thing, because if I do game of the week, some guys are never going to get game of the week. You understand? So a Monday night, that's out of our element. We don't control the Monday night schedule. So every season, the Monday night schedule, how it's laid out is how it's laid out. But the beauty of me saying, yo, if you play on Monday night and you win, you get a few attribute points that you might get a team that's 7-1 playing against somebody that's 0-6, right? Guess what? The guy just got his first win of the season, and he got a few attribute points to go along with it. See, that's why I came up with that. But if I just do game of the weeks, man, you might have certain guys that's in multiple game of the weeks. Guys that's always got losing records, never going to be involved in game of the week. But if I say Monday night, you got a shot. All you got to do is check the schedule. Oh, I play Monday night? Yo, man, I got a chance to get a couple of attribute points. You know what I'm saying? So I do things to try to accommodate not just guys who's on top, but even guys that's not on top. I try to do something for everybody. That's just what it is. Like, I don't try to leave nobody out. Even when I came up with the whole thing about, playing spoiler. Like, I want everybody to feel like they're part of something. Your season over and you playing against somebody that's trying to get a wild card spot. Play that, man. Play the game. If you win, guess what? You get something nice. Like, I try to keep everybody in the mix. So you got the guy that's playing that's trying to get in the playoffs, and you get the guy that's playing him that's trying to get a nice upgrade for winning that game. So guess what? You all feel like you're a part of something. Nobody's left out. So even if you out the playoff race and it's week 16, you ain't got to feel like I ain't got nothing left to play for. No, you got stuff to play for to benefit you for next season. But again, some of you guys don't think like that. Some of you guys just always get caught up in the now. Oh, well, we ain't make the playoffs. My season over. We'll see what happens next year. Nah, that's a crazy way to think, man. That's a crazy way to think. Like, you supposed to be in this until the Super Bowl winner is announced. Other than that, man, you rock out until you can't rock out no more. You understand? Because you don't know what you can do if you just play your games, who you can build up. Anybody that's got a quarterback that they feel like got potential, why not play the games? And even because guess what? It ain't even just about breakout games. You can have a terrible record, and that quarterback that you building up could finish top 5 in something. And guess what? There go your upgrade at the end of the season. Y'all forgot about that, right? Y'all only think about the breakout games. You forgot if you were like in the top 3 or top 5 in certain categories in different positions, you will still get an upgrade. But see, some of you guys ain't thinking that far ahead. Y'all always get caught up in it now. You caught up in I'm gonna miss the playoffs. You caught up in it's hard to get a trade game. Yo, you ain't got to get a building your quarterback or a player. It doesn't just evolve around a breakout game. If you killing with him in a certain category, you will still have an upgrade at the end of the season. Like, what part of that? You guys been playing these leagues too long not to know this. Just like some of you guys been playing these leagues too long to not know when to cut the game off. Like, how y'all cutting the game off before it hit a certain screen? Like, are y'all that upset that you just black out and just forget where the game is at when you cut the game off? Like, come on, we all been playing the game long enough to know when you can cut it off. It ain't no just cutting the game off right away as soon as the clock hits 0. Like, come on, what y'all doing, man? Y'all, it's like, it be pure comedy in here. Like, some of y'all guys really move and act like this y'all first time playing Madden. And that goes for anybody. It don't matter if you're a winner or a loser. Like, you've been playing long enough to know how things go. And if you don't, then, man, that's a serious issue. You know what I mean? That's a serious issue. Like, come on, man. Like, you got to take your losses. You got to take your losses just like you know how to take your wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Like, listen, no matter what, ain't no excuse, right? However you handle is however you handle. You understand what I'm saying? Last night, I played Black Star. I lost. I definitely was trying to win the game. But I also had a chance for Trevor Lawrence to become X Factor. It got carried over. You understand? So, yeah, I'm tight that I lost because I wanted to win the game. I wasn't playing. I was trying to play to get the upgrade and win. And I'm not going to lie, that's hard. It's hard to win the game when you're trying to get the upgrade and the win. That's now, I still made some bonehead decisions that game, throwing dumb picks. I threw 2 pick six. You understand what I'm saying? So, that's on me. But what I'm saying is that I definitely hate to have upgrade games, when I'm trying to win. It's like, man, because it takes you out of the element of things that you normally would do. Like, but it is what it is, man. But I don't get on here and cut the game off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do stuff like that, man. Listen, you win, you win. You lose, you lose. That's it. You move on. You shake that man hand. That's what it is. Like, it ain't no excuses, man. Like, ain't no excuses. Like, you know what I'm saying? I played Buffalo today, right, in AGS, and yeah, I had some stuff go against me. Fumble. I had a big time fumble late in the game, and he had a crazy one-on-one animation catch, late in the game. He won. He even said it. He the one that won, and he was like, "Yo, that's BS, bro. I know you sick about that." He said that straight BS. But guess what I said? Yo, it's part of the game. You understand? A fumble is a part of football. Yeah, it sucks that it happened to me at the crucialest stage of the game because I was on my way driving. And then, it sucks that he got a big time catch with my man all over him. But, yo, what can I say? It's a part of the game. Like, yo, I lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, guess what? If I'd have played a better game, I wouldn't even put myself in that position. See, that's another thing that you guys don't even take the initiative to realize. Like, some guys say things about, oh, you got lucky. Well, let me tell you how I feel about lucky. Lucky is just happen to put yourself in a position for something to come your way. You understand? Because guess what? If you getting smashed 80-3, there ain't no luck in the world gonna help you win that game. But if you in a one-score game in the fourth quarter and the opponent got a break, yeah, all right, you could say it's lucky, but he put himself in a position for that to happen. See, you still got to put yourself in a position for you to get these things, because the same fumble you get if you up 21 don't matter. You understand? But if you only up 3, if the game is tied and that fumble happened, now you use the word luck. Nah, it ain't luck. It's, yo, man, I put myself in a position for this to happen. So the same game I lost to Buffalo, yeah, I fumbled late in the game. But guess what? If I wasn't in that position, that fumble don't even matter. So sometimes we put ourselves in a position that we shouldn't even be in, so you got to wear that. You understand? But a lot of guys don't think like that. A lot of niggas is on some mode, yo, there's crying, making excuses, cutting games off early. Come on, man. Like, come on with all of that. It's just, and these are free leagues, by the way. These not even money leagues, and all this is going on. So imagine if this was a money league. Like, this is a free league, and this be going down. You understand? Like, it really ain't that deep, man. It's really not. It's really not at all. And, when you cut the game off early, like, what are you thinking about at that time? Like, you must have just been so heated that you just was like, yo, you ain't even just paid no mind. You just cut the game off because you just sick, And then some of you guys get tight when y'all talk about guys trying to run up the score or call timeouts. You know what I got to say about that? Don't allow them to do it. Yo, it's really not that hard. Some of you guys make this thing way more hard than what it need to be. You understand? Like, you can't expect somebody to, yo, take a knee, play the right way. Yo, this a video game, dude. Dudes could do what they want to do. You understand? If you allow somebody to put up 100 points on you, that's on you. I don't want to hear about they should have did this or nah, man. Don't let them do it. Bottom line. You understand? If you get smoked, if you lose in the fourth quarter and they got a chance to get 100 points, yo, I don't want to hear about, yo, they called timeout. Yo, don't let them get the points on you then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not that hard. Stop it. Don't let them do it. Like, I can't be one of the few that's just cut from a different cloth like that, man. Like, it's really not that hard. Like, some of you dudes really be whining, like, yo, what is the big deal, man? Don't let them do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's so hard about it? Stop them. All right, if you can't stop them, then that's on you. What you want him to do? You want him to just run the ball because he got you beat? Let me tell you something. For guys that do stuff like that, you know they taking the risk too, right? They taking the risk injuring their players. So it can work both ways. You can try to put up a whole bunch of points and get your player hurt. That's on them. They got to wear that. You understand? But if they don't get nobody hurt and they happen to put up the points, yo, you got to wear that. It goes both ways. And right now, the way these injuries are happening in this game, I don't know. I don't think a lot of guys are going to be worrying about trying to put up a lot of points. I think some guys just want to get out the game, because I don't know what's going on with the injuries. My guess, the last update that we had, not this one, but the one before this last one, the one before we had this last one that came out, it's something about that update that did something with these injuries. Because I'm seeing big names go out for a length of time, and I was never seeing that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about it. Yeah, that's part of football. I mean, we all watch football. We all see, big time names always going out. You understand? Like, that's football, man. Anything can happen. So I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying, I'm just looking, and I'm like, yo, injuries is like at an all-time high right now. And not even for a little bit of time. Guys is getting out for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, like what's going on? So, I don't think it's the most best thing to do to try to get Cute run up the score. I think right about now, if you got the game won, yo, man, just even if you are running plays, you might just want to just keep that clock moving because dude just getting hurt. Dude just getting injured at a high rate. The highest rate that I ever seen for this whole matter. And I know it's something going on with the patch that did it. Even though there's no word about it, but I've been seeing it in all my leagues. Every league, somebody been talking about injury that they got, including me, including my own team. So I know for a fact it's something going on with these injuries, and it's cool. It's just gonna make you play a little more strategic. You know what I'm saying? Why take certain risks you don't have to? Because I'm telling you now, the same way the person be crying about somebody run up the score, a person that's in that seat that's trying to run up the score, you're gonna be sick if you lose your best player for 2 months just because you're trying to get greedy and put up more points. So, everybody got a decision to make right about now. But I noticed them injuries has been going crazy lately. Even in practice mode. And I don't even have it on full pads. I got my joint on split half pads, and I still been getting guys injured. So it's definitely something going on with the injuries. You know. What else did I want to touch on? I think that was about it, man. Like I said, I just don't like certain things that I see. Like, I just wanted to speak on it and nip that. Like, you can't be somebody that get a team and I give you upgrades, then you not even playing. Then you can't be somebody that's getting a whole bunch of fair sims, because the one thing you can't tell me is that your schedule is not meshing with everybody and you don't take accountability for that. See, if your schedule is not meshing with anybody, with a lot of guys, there's two things that I'm getting from that. The first thing is you ain't really trying to go all out your way to play. And the second thing is you're acting real strategic with the time. You understand? But because I'm telling you now, if you really want to play, you're gonna play. You're gonna find a way to play. And you know what? There are times you just won't be able to play, right? I understand that. I understand that. I'm not saying that. But you can't tell me that that's the case for 5 opponents in a row. Nah, it's a problem here. It's a problem here. So if there's a problem, then we gotta address it. So as I looked around and I'm like, wait a minute, you got a guy with 4 or 5 wins and on his record, and all of them are fair sims. Translation, he didn't win not one game on his own. Nah, can't have that. Can't have that. Gotta fix that. So right away I started thinking like, yo, we gotta come up with something for that. And then I was like, you know what? I'm only gonna allow a certain amount of fair sims, for the season. That's it, man. Like, so I would advise all the fair sim guys that gets a lot of fair sims to figure it out. Figure it out or try to get strategic with it. But man, can't have that. Can't have that. And here's a question too. Here's a question for the guys that's in the league. Why is it that the guys that lose a lot seem to always have a fire sale? Well, what is that about? Like, why do I see, and it's a pattern, and this always been the case. Either a guy will lose either guys can lose one game, and right after that game he'll say, "Nah, man, ain't no 2 clock on till the 2 minute rule." And the reason why I'm saying that is because if somebody got a breakout game, you are now jeopardizing for them to be able to capitalize on that breakout game. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no 2 clock on in the beginning of the fourth quarter. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, you do what you want. Put the 2 clock on or whatever. You know. Listen, man. My best advice to anybody that's worrying about guys that's smoking them, putting a lot of points on, the best thing I can do is tell you, run the ball, keep the clock moving. You understand? But the problem is you guys don't want to do that because you are yourself are trying to get points to not make the blowout look as bad. Right? And again, there's nothing wrong with it, but don't go crying about what the other guy's doing. See, that's the best advice I can give you. If you're worried about the clock, then run the ball. You understand? But you can't put 2 clock on. You know what I'm saying? Till the 2 minutes. That's it. Because if it's a trade game, you are now jeopardizing somebody from trying to get their trade. Like, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Run the ball. Let the clock keep rolling. Again, some of you guys got to use your brain, man. But you know what it is? Like, y'all just, like I say, some guys, some guys just want to have it their way. They want to try to pass, get more scores to make it, to shrink the lead. No, man, if the game is over, and all you're doing is caring about getting out the game, run the ball. Run the ball, whatever you want to do. Draws, screens, stretch, dives, zones, counters, whatever it is, man, run the ball. Don't run out of bounds. Run the ball. You know what I'm saying? The clock won't stop running. But guess what? When you start passing the ball, you know what I'm saying? Then, hey, man, you stopping the clock. You giving them more time to do more damage. So pick your poison, man. Me, I don't care. I don't care how many points I give up. It's on me, especially if I know why I did it. You understand? But the thing is, what separates me from guys is that there's a why and the reason to everything. And that's for you to figure out, you know? And for me, I don't always get caught up in regular season stuff. Yeah, I compete in regular season, but I'm more like the way I play in the regular season, you'll never see me play in the playoffs. You understand? Because the playoffs is not about taking risks. Prime example, I just switched my playbook in the middle of the season in every league. You understand? Now, does that mean I'm still not trying to compete? Of course that don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to compete. I'm just trying something different. The reason why I'm not scared to try something different because I don't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? I take my losses, I take my lumps, I keep it moving. You understand? I know the reasons to why and to what. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? But like again, come playoff time, I probably won't have this same playbook. I'll probably go back to what I've been using. But you can't be afraid to take risks and try things. This is why I keep saying, and I'm a nigga that was just tied for first in WIC. And I still switch my playbook. You can't be afraid to take risks. But this is what I be saying about the guys that don't have no wins and one win in the season. Why are you guys afraid to try something different? Why are y'all not trying nothing different? You understand? Like you can't be scared to change, man. You gotta try something different. What you got to lose? If what you accustomed to doing is losing, then you definitely have nothing to losing by trying something new anyway. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm trying something new because I wanted to try different plays and see, what's what. And plus, I think it's cool to have more than one playbook under your arsenal. You understand? Because, if somebody going to scout, I'm giving you a lot to scout. You know what I mean? So if you see me with one playbook, you're going to have to scout me playing with two playbooks in different games. So guess what? I'm giving you more homework to do. You understand? So that's just my rhyme and reasons for doing stuff. But again, I understand the ins and outs of everything. You understand? Like, I understand if I play with a safety in a certain defense and I bring him up, I understand why he got that post route over the top. I took him out of position. You understand? Like, it's important for guys to know the do's and don'ts before you do it. When you call a blitz, you got to know the weakness of that blitz. You understand? Like, you can't just call a blitz because you see Claw killing with a blitz and you be like, oh, I'm gonna use that blitz, and then you realize it don't work for you. You know what I mean? You can't follow what everybody do. You gotta know the ins and outs to everything. You know what I mean? If you call a certain defense, you got to know the weakness of that defense. You know, and if you take a risk on it and you get burnt, all right, cool. You know what happened. Don't do it again. I'm just telling you how I think. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that can help a lot of guys out. That's like, I see a lot of guys that's trying stuff that they see other people doing. It's just not working for them. And I'm telling you, if you think it's simply just calling the play, you got a lot to learn. There's more to it than that. It ain't just about picking a play. It's about the setups. It's about knowing if you blitz from this way, what's open on the other side. You got to know these things. You understand? You got to know what receiver you're giving one-on-one matchup to. You know, like, you got to know the ins and the outs. You can't just look at somebody call a certain play and just be like, yo, you know, oh, I'm taking that play. Nah, it don't work that way. You know, it don't work that way, man. So, you know, I'm just saying, you know, all right, I got you. I'm just saying you got some guys that's want to copy but ain't doing a good job at it. You know, then you got some guys that feel like they just wanna have microwave success. Everybody can't have microwave success. Some of you guys got to put things in the oven. You understand? Some of y'all got to do things the conventional way. You know, you can't look at what one dude is doing and think it's gonna work for you. Stay in your lane. You know, but that's pretty much about it, man. It's not really too much other than that. I just wanted to touch on. You know, I guess I'll do the recap and do the predictions. But you know, some of you guys, man, like, and then some of you guys been playing. Some of you guys are regressing too. That's another thing. Some of you guys are regressing, and I'm trying to figure out how are some of you guys regressing. You know, um, have any of y'all noticed that? Have any of y'all seen some guys playing good in the beginning when the Madden dropped, and now they're not, and now. And then now, even besides that, guys that's been playing for years is getting smoked like they just now playing. You know, yeah, you got guys moving backwards, man. You know, and then you got guys like what's my boy name? BJ, right? BJ, BJ was getting smoked like a cigar when he first joined the league. And I was a guy that was always going live and was always talking about BJ, not clowning him, but talking about him how I respected him. Because no matter how much I seen BJ get blown out, I never seen him quit. And I kept saying about BJ, I kept saying, yo, BJ, if you stay with it and you keep playing, you're going to get better. BJ game has um has gotten better, you know, dramatically. Like, dramatically, his game has got better, right? Then you get guys like E-Ball, BS. Like, these guys been playing for a while, and their game regressing, you know? Um, E-Ball. E-Ball played good in the beginning of this Madden. Remember, E-Ball had the Bears the first season, went to the playoffs, this and that. And then before you know it, um, E-Ball has been on a down spiral. You know, I don't know what's going on, but then Ebo also falls into that category with the guys that I'm saying that be having fire sales. Ebo made some trades that I cannot figure out why he made them trades. You know, like, I don't see the purpose in the trades that he made. But when you're losing, I've seen it's a pattern. Guys that's losing make these trades out of desperation. You know, and it don't make no sense. You know, and you didn't get better. You know, you actually got a little weaker. You know what I mean? So, you know, some guys get it, some guys learn, some guys don't. You know, yeah, Ebo. But the thing is, if you're gonna have a fire sale, you gotta get stuff for the fire sale. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just you can't just have a fire sale, got nothing to show for it, you know. And then right, and then you get guys. Look, as much as I get on here in this fifth quarter and I talk about the trades and stuff like that, right, with guys, I'm not here to coach you guys through to do what you gotta do with your team. If somebody tell you I'll give you all my picks for a player, right? Notice what I'm saying. If somebody tell you I'm gonna give you all my picks for a player, and you say bet, and you assume that when they say all my picks means 1 through 7, that's on you. You understand? Like, that's your job to say all your picks. All right, well, let me go and see what exactly is all your picks. So once you make the trade and you realize, yo, man, this dude ain't got that, this dude ain't got that. Yo, the dude that tell you I give you all my picks didn't do nothing wrong. He told you exactly what he did exactly what he said. He gave you all his picks. You understand? I'm just saying, like, look, listen, man, I'm not here to coach and hold y'all dudes' hand. Like, some of y'all just can't be, like, you can't just be that gullible to get hit with stuff like that. You understand? If I walk up to you in the street and I say, yo, I like that, and I say, yo, I like that jacket, I give you everything in my pocket, I give you all the money in my pocket for it, and you say deal, and I pull out $5, that's your problem. You understand? That's your problem, because you're supposed to say, yo, well, how much is in your pocket? You can't just say, yo, all the money in your pocket. Yeah, I bet. Here, take the $5. That's on you. So, again, some of you guys get hit with the okie doke, you know what I mean? And look, man, that's on you. You understand? That is on you. You know? But, man, some of you guys are regressing, man. Some of you guys are regressing. And some guys just getting better. Some guys is getting better with the way they playing. You know, some guys getting better with the way they making trades. You said fishy? No, that's not fishy, Bap. Ain't nothing fishy about that. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing fishy about that. Like, literally, it really ain't. I can't say nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? If somebody say, yo, I give you my whole draft, what's fishy about it? You supposed to say, yo, well, what picks you got? You know what I mean? Ain't nothing fishy about that. Like, if you let somebody pull that off, that's on you. You can't say that's fishy because the dude didn't do nothing slick. He didn't say, yo, you know what? Let me take this out. Let me take this out my draft because he ain't gonna know I didn't have it. Let me take this out and put it to the side. That's when you say it's fishy. Nah, dude can't do nothing other than say exactly what he said. Yo, I give you my whole draft. You know what I'm saying? You got to check. I would have never got hit with that. I tell you that. I promise you that. Anybody tell me I give you my whole draft, I'm asking questions. Word. So what you got? What you got? First, second, and third. You got extra first. Like, I'm asking questions because I want to be intrigued. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not just gonna be like, oh, bet. Nah, that's on you, dude. You said bet. You jumped out the window. That's on you. You know, that ain't nothing fishy about that at all. Because technically, the dude that said it didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't tell a lie. He didn't do nothing. So I'm just saying, man, like, listen, some of y'all just gotta know, you know. Yeah, well, I mean, well, guess what? That's nothing fishy. If anything, that's putting the onus on the person that you're negotiating with. You know, yeah, if I reveal my hand, you might not say deal. So guess what? If I ain't gotta say it, then I ain't gonna say it. You understand? That's just the same thing. That's the same way when some guys make trades that's the same way when some of these guys trade players that gotta be signed. If you don't ask me if the player gotta be signed, there's nothing fishy about me not telling you. You gotta ask me. Yo, does he gotta be signed? Yeah, he gotta be signed. If you don't ask me that, I ain't gotta put it out there. Yo, such and such on the block. Yo, he gotta be signed though. Yeah, I'm already knowing that's gonna lower. That's gonna be low. That's gonna lower the you know the trade acquisitions that's coming that way if I say that. So I ain't gonna say it. You know what I mean? But man, if you ain't asking me, if I put a player on the block and you say yo, and you be like, yo, I'll give you a first, and I say bet, and you say bet, yo, all right, cool. What's fishy about it? Because I didn't tell you he got to be signed? Nah, ain't nothing fishy about that. That's on you to check. That's on you to find out. Because I tell you what I do. Anybody that I play, anybody that I make a trade with, and before we trade, I always go look. I always got to go look to see if he got to be signed. And if he got to be signed, it don't even mean that do not make the trade. But you got to know that because you got to know your money situation. If you ain't got the money to sign him, then you're a dummy for trading for him. So me, myself, again, I'm not going to get hit with that okie doke neither. Because I'm going to go see, do I got the money to sign him if he got to be signed? You understand? You can't just jump out the window and make a trade because somebody said this person on the block. That's on you, dude. That you gotta take accountability for something. So if somebody say y'all give you my whole draft, I don't care if they only got picks 4 through 7. If you was the dude that didn't take the time to see exactly what his picks was, yo man, that's on you. Ain't nothing fishy about that at all. Because honestly, if I could do it, I'm gonna do it. If I could tell you I give you my whole draft and I got a bunch of garbage, yo man, if you ain't do the homework to go look, that's your problem. You know what I mean? I'm trying to pull this trade off. I ain't got time to sit up here and tell you exactly what I got. If I'm trying to trade this player, I ain't got time to tell you, yo, he got to be signed. I don't. Yo, you got to ask me that. You got to ask questions. So again, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. You got certain dudes in here that just get hit with certain things. And then when like I say, when you got guys with their morals low, they go out and make these bogus trades. My boy E-Ball, man, E-Ball is delirious right now. Because I done seen E-Ball make one crazy trade after another. And I'm just over here like, yo, what is E-Ball thinking about? You know what I'm saying? But I already know the more you lose, the more you start feeling like, yo, I got to do something. You get desperate. Desperate times kick in. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And most of the times, when guys that's losing, it's always the one that get out here and make these crazy trades. But I don't know, man. It's a few guys. It's a few guys like that, though. It's a few guys that, that's you could just tell that morale is just not, is yo, man. It's a lot of hard times ahead. What week we in? We in week 10, so I'm gonna go back to week 9. Do the recap. So in week 9 recap, we had the Dolphins over the Bears. Well, hold on, let me go see what's going on first and foremost. I don't even know what the division records looking like, so let me check and see what's happening. All right, in the AFC North, we got the Bengals at 8-1. Who's the Bengals? Oh, that's Norm. Bengals 8-1, Ravens 7-2, Browns 7-2. Man, this division is a tight race right now. A real tight race. Going down to the wire is look like. Going down to the wire. But gotta give the Bengals some love. I mean, he in first, and he ain't got the same guys he had last time. I don't think. I think he pretty much working with the team as if. I know he probably made some trades, but he doing his thing. Ravens 7-2. People were saying about him with the creative player. He's still balling, so he ain't lose nothing. Browns 7-2. This is a 3-man race, so this is gonna come down to the wire, and it looked like it's gonna come down to the final couple of weeks of the season. AFC South, you got the Titans 8-1. That's carnage. Jags 5-5. Colts 4-6. Texans 0-8. Titans look like they about ready to put a bow in this division. Jags started off pretty good. They must have been dropping some games. They're 5-5 now, but I'll take it. I got they pick, so I'll take it. I'll take it. AFC East, you got the Dolphins at 6-4. The Dolphins at 6-4. Rick, what are you talking about? This is wit. This ain't ITT. Dolphins at 6-4. That's G. Bills DP 6-3. And Jets and Pats. Man, E-Ball. And this is what I'm saying about E-Ball, right? E-Ball went out and traded his first and now his first is looking like golden. And the player that he got the player that he traded for the first wasn't even worth that. But again, when you're losing, you get out there and make some things that just doesn't make sense. So E-Ball doesn't even have his first. And look at the season that he's having. E-Ball, you are disappointing me, my boy. AFC West, you got the Chargers at 7-2. Chargers is that's Trey Dog. He's sitting pretty at 7-2. You got the Raiders at 6-3. That's Lowski. Lowski doing as well. The fifth quarter is for Wit. I just put this in all the chats because before I started doing predictions, I wanted to talk about a few things. So I wanted everybody to tune in from all the other chats. But I'm done talking about that stuff now. I'm just doing a recap. This is all for Wit. So anybody that's not in Wit, you could sign off now. You know what I'm saying? But this is Wit that I'm doing. Chargers 6-3. That's Lowski. Lowski having a way better season than he did before the reboot. And I said some guys when Wit got rebooted, I went out and said some guys benefited from the reboot. Lowski is definitely one of them. He killed his team in the first Wit, and he did not make that same mistake. Lowski probably never going to admit it. He always was beefing with me when I was saying things about the trades, but he know deep down inside I was making some valid points. And he didn't tear up that team this time around. Yeah, he made some moves, but nothing like the moves that he made in the last Wit before the reboot. So he's playing much better. He's in second right now. Shout out to the Raiders. I didn't know they was in second. They doing their thing. Chiefs 5-4. That's Dre. Broncos. That's Calm at 4-5. The division is still it's still up for grabs for the whole division, but teams like Broncos, especially, and the Chiefs, they can't really afford too many more losses. They gotta turn it around and start stringing some wins together. AFC North, you got Packers at 9-1. Packers is Pearl. Lions 6-2. That's Murph. Vikings. That's Eli. Bears is Activists, right? Yeah, Activists. They're 4-5. This looking like this is a two-man race right now between Packers and Lions. Vikings and Bears still in the hunt for a wild card, but they definitely got to string some wins together sooner than later. NFC South, you got the Bucks at 6-3. Everybody else under 500. I'm surprised at the Falcons right now. Addison with this Falcons team, when this is just the Falcons. When Addison first joined the Falcons, he won that 11-game tear. Never quite had that same tear since. Could just be he was new to the league. People had to get adjusted to the way he played. But he's still a good player no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Plus, this is ATL first season. Let's not act like ATL is suited and booted over there. They definitely need some things over there to work with. But, still in all, I would pick a guy like Addison to have a little better start than what he had. He's under 500 right now. Panthers are 4-6. That is Money Mascot. Same for him. I thought that he would be playing a little better with them, too. And, look, man, I'm not going to lie to you, man. The league is very competitive. You understand? Very competitive. I think guys that make the playoffs and have good records need to take time out and just appreciate it and just, feel good about it. You understand? Like, sometimes some of y'all don't take time out to give yourself credit and props for playing good. It's a lot of good. I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of guys that know how to play the game. I've been telling y'all that for the longest. This is a very competitive league, man. And any moment, you can drop 3 or 4 games just that easy. It's a lot of guys that know how to play. So you got to earn a lot of wins in here. I'm not going to lie. You got to earn a lot of wins in here. 95% of the league is like, good players, So, I think sometimes you just need to take a time out to give yourself some credit, People get too caught up in winning the Super Bowl and all of that. It only could be one Super Bowl winner. You understand? So if you made the playoffs, you went to to Super Bowl, made it to the AFC or NFC Championship, man, give yourself some credit for making it there. You understand? Don't always get caught up in we didn't win the bowl. Like, it only could be one winner regardless, you know. But yo, man, this is a tough league. You know, this is a tough league, man. It's not a lot of leagues where you got a lot of guys that really know how to play. And I'm not just saying this because this is my league. Even if this wasn't my league, I'll be like, yo, I ain't gonna front. This league is pretty competitive. What happened? You know, but this is a competitive league, man, and I just think guys need to take time to get themselves some credit, you know. Take time to enjoy the things that you're doing right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, man, a lot of guys in these leagues know how to play. When you look at guys like right now, Falcons and Panthers, they're sitting there 4-6, and I'm telling you now, these guys can beat anybody in the league. And I'll put that on anything, and they're 4-6. So that should tell you something. You know what I mean? That should tell you something. You know, these guys, man, these guys, like, you know, they play, but the league is tough. It's not easy. You know, not easy at all. NFC East, we got myself at 6-3, Giants 6-2, Commanders at 4-6, Cowboys at 0-9. Commanders got a big win over me. I know he's still playing for the division, but he still got wild card hopes as well. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely got to string together some more wins. But right now, it's looking like a two-man race between Eagles and Giants. Eagles and Giants still got to play 2 more times. So there's going to be some big-time games as the season go on. NFC West, you got the Niners at 7-2. He started out, I think he was 6-0 at one point. He's now 7-2. But having a great season. Cardinals 7-3. Cardinals on a 5-game win streak. He was 2-3. Won his last 5. He's now sitting here at 7-3. You know, listen, I'll tell you, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. You know, and I'd rather get hot later than get hot early. You know, because like I say, what's very important is how you go into the playoffs. You do not want to go into the playoffs limping in the playoffs. You want to go into the playoffs feeling like, you know, you got something going on. So I just want to look at the divisions real quick so I can see what's what as I go ahead and knock these predictions and things out. So you had the Packers, Dolphins blew out the Bears. Dolphins is currently in first, fighting in that division with the Bills. You had the Bengals blow out the Panthers 55-28. Bengals are in first in his division. Packers beat the Lions 22-18. That's a 2-man division over there. Packers got that one. Then you got Vikings and Washington. Vikings took out Washington 34-20 on the road. Bucks blew out the Rams 42-7. Titans blew out the Chiefs 38-14. Titans playing some good ball over there. You know, they definitely playing good ball. You know, dominating win over the Chiefs. You know, pretty dominating. I wouldn't have thought it would have been like that, but Titans came out and played ball. Then you had Ravens over the Saints. They won 74-15. Ravens jumped all over them from beginning to end. Never let the Saints come up for air. On to the current week. Bap, if you on, I remember you tagged, well, somebody mentioned Lions and Bears earlier. Is there any word on them? Oh, they playing right now. Okay, I see they playing. So after them, I guess Lee can advance, right? Because like that's the game everybody was waiting on. But Panthers and Falcons. Panthers won this one 35-22. Nice win for the Panthers at home. This game is set. All right, Bills and as far as I know, that was the last game that we was waiting on. Bills and Vikings. Good win for Buffalo. Tough game, but he pulled it out 28-21. Tough loss for the Vikings. You know, like I said, Vikings is trying to string together some wins to make a playoff one for a wild card spot. But, you know, this is a tough one that he lost on the road. This game is currently underway. I'm going to go with the Lions in this one, though. I'll take this one. Lions 35, Bears 20. Jags and Chiefs. Chiefs won this one 21-16. Jags gave them all he can handle. Just came up a little bit short. Almost stole one on the road, but could not get it done. But again, I'm rooting for the Jags to lose because I got they first. So the more losses they get, the more the brighter I'm smiling. Browns and Dolphins. Browns shut out the Dolphins 24-0. Tough loss for Miami at home. I mean, home game, playing good ball. This is the type of loss that you don't want to see. But in regular season, like I always tell you, it's a few things I always say about regular season. In regular season, don't get too low on the loss. Don't get too high on the win, right? Because in regular season, there's always next week, So if I'm the Dolphins, next week can't get here fast enough because these type of losses leave a bad taste in your mouth. Giants get the force over the Texans. Saints. All right, Saints got but why do Saints got the Saints ask for the force in this? That he said he get the force, or you set the force? Let me know before let me know back, what's what with that game, because I don't know if that's a force for him, even though I know Marzelli hasn't been playing, but I don't know, I don't know if anything went on behind the scene, if the Saints told you to set it for him. Titans and Broncos. Titans jumped all over the Broncos 44-12. Broncos, like, they're struggling over there right now. Titans, like I said, they playing some great ball. Raiders and Colts. Raiders won this one 34-7. Raiders jumped all on the Colts, never looked back. Packers and Cowboys. Packers won this one 59-22. Good win for the Packers. They only got one loss in the season. They definitely looking like they're trying to make something special happen this season. Cardinals and Rams. Cardinals took this one over the Rams 37-6. Good blowout win for the Cards on the road. Chargers took out the 49ers. So what he said, he playing, then if he not playing, they're not set. If they're not set, then, I don't, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. What is he saying? That they playing, they speak? If they not playing, it's a fair sim. And nobody going to get the force unless somebody said it. You know what I mean? But as of right now, I don't think that's a force. No, but what about this league? What about Saints and BS and Marzelli in here? Saints had the force set for him, but I don't know if he's supposed to have the force set for him is what I'm saying. But anyway, let's keep moving. Yeah, but nah, we not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna face him that. I'm not gonna give Marzelli the force loss like that just to bail him out. Nah. Now that's gonna be a fair sim, and I hope Marzelli win. Trey Dog over the Niners, 21-16. Good win for the Chargers. Tough loss for the Niners at home. They had a chance, just couldn't pull over the hump. Then we had this one, Washington and Eagles. Washington won this one 24-14 on the road. Tough loss for the Eagles. You said advance. They game over. The Lions and Bears game over. Week 11, we're going to do the predictions right now. Titans and Packers should be a good one. Titans playing good ball. They in first. Packers in first. They playing good ball. Game of the week, or definitely one of the game of the weeks. But right now, it's probably game of the week. Packers at home. Titans come to Lambeau. I'm going to go Packers in this one. I think it's going to be good, though. I'm going to go Packers 34, Titans 29. Then we got Bears and Falcons. I'm going to take Falcons in this one. Falcons got to string some wins together. Bears do, too. They both got a shot for a wild card, but this one is going to hurt, because they both got, I think the Bears got 7 losses, actually. But this is going to hurt whoever, because wild card, once you hit a certain amount of losses, even wild card is out of reach. But I'm going to take the Falcons at home in this one, and I'll go Falcons over the Bears, 27-23. Panthers and Ravens. Panthers on the road, going into B-More. B-More been playing some good ball. They've been playing outstanding ball. They at home. You know what? This is my first upset of the week. I'm going Panthers over the Ravens in an upset. I'm going to take Panthers this week. 31, Ravens 30. 31-30, Panthers over the Ravens. Next, we got, leave this if I take you down. Next, we got Browns and Bills. Another good game. Browns are on the road going into Buffalo. Buffalo would love to win this game, especially with Miami losing last week. Browns took out Miami last week. Browns coming into Buffalo this week. I'm taking Browns to win this one on the road. I'll take Cleveland 33, Buffalo 24. 33-24 Browns. Next we got Commanders and Texans. I'll get back to that. Myself against the Colts. I'll say Eagles coming to this one favored by 10 over the Colts. Jets and Patriots, both teams got one win on the season, both not doing good. Jets on the road. I'm going to take Pats, man. I'm going to take the Pats to win this one at home if they play. I'll take Pats in this one 28-25. Next we got Rams and Saints. If this game gets played, I'll take the Rams, believe it or not. I'm going to go Rams to win this one over the Saints. 24-17. Next, we got Lions and Giants. Murph going against Big Game James. Giants at home. I'm rooting for the Giants to lose this one. This is going to be a tough one. I'm going to take Lions. I'm going to take the Lions on the road. Going to be close. Both teams going to have a chance to win. I think it comes down to a late fourth quarter score. I'm going to take Lions this week by a score of 27-23. Next, we got Raiders and Broncos. Raiders been playing good ball. Can't take nothing away from them. But this type of game that being that he's playing good ball, he got to win this one because, Broncos is not having the best of season, so he got to win this one. I think the Raiders get it done on the road. I go Raiders in this one, 31-26. Next, we got Chiefs and Chargers. Big game for the Chiefs. Way more than the Chargers. Chiefs need this one if you got any type of aspiration on trying to catch this division lead in Chargers. But Chiefs been off to a rocky start. Chargers been playing solid A1 ball. I'm taking Chargers this week over the Chiefs. I'm going to go Chargers 35, Chiefs 28. Next, we got Cowboys and Vikings. Eli going against Cowboys. Cowboys don't have a win yet. He going into Minnesota. I don't think he'll pull it out against Minnesota unless Minnesota come into this game feeling like he won before he get on the field. That can definitely be a trap game, but I think Minnesota still got something to play for. So I'm going to take Minnesota to win this one. I'm going to go to Vikings 33-17. Next, we got Bengals and Steelers. If this game gets played, I go Bengals in this one. 36-14. And last but not least, we got Niners and Cardinals. Look, Cardinals is hot right now. They won 5 in a row. Niners started off good. They was undefeated for a while. They only got 2 losses on the season. This should be a good one between these two. A lot of back and forth between these two going on off the field, behind the scenes. But what I do know is I haven't seen the Niners beat this Cardinals team in a while. I mean, I do know last wit is last wit. That has nothing to do with this wit at all. But I can't lie. The Niners have been playing some good ball, even though the Cardinals been playing better ball lately. But I just think that the Niners right now, he coming to this game with some swag. Even the games he's been losing competitively. I'm going Niners on the road, man. I'm going Niners on the road to win this one, snap the losing streak against the Cardinals. And I'm not going to lie, if the Niners don't win this one against the Cardinals, this is definitely going to do something to that morale when he play him again. He knows he's on a personal losing streak to this Cardinals team, even though it is the other wit, but he knows he got to win this one. If he don't win this one, he's not going to come into that next one with the same flair. You feel me? So he got to win this one. I'm going to go with him to win this one, but I think it's going to be close. Low scoring for the most part. I'll go Niners this week 24-17 over the Cards. That's a Monday night game at that. So the winner get a couple of attribute points for winning this, and that puts even more on the line. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to seeing that. League will advance today. If that Lions and Bears game is over, y'all let me know so I can advance. If not, then somebody else jump on. I'm about to go bust down some grub, some nice little barbecue grub that I've been holding back on, talking to y'all. You know what I mean? But let me check real quick to see. Nah, it's still going on. So somebody else can advance because I'm about to hop off this joint. But that's the predictions. That's the recap. We got to get back on track with the predictions and recap with the fifth quarter. That's part of the league. We know we got to keep that going. I definitely want guests on here. I keep saying it, so I got to get some guests on here with me too. Looking forward to that, having somebody on here with me. And all right, third quarter going to start. All right, so make sure one of y'all advance. Matter of fact, even if y'all don't want to get on to advance it, I'm gonna turn the injury. Nah, I can't do that. They're still playing. So yeah, somebody gonna have to get on to advance. You know what I'm saying? Bat, Pearl, Relly. One of y'all jump on real quick when this is over. And we go from there. But yeah, I still got another live that I want to do that I mentioned to y'all before besides the fifth quarter. And that live was just going to touch on other stuff that the fifth quarter don't. Because, fifth quarter, I don't go over MVP race. I don't go over players of the week and all this other stuff. And the other live that I wanted to do, I wanted to touch that. I wanted to touch everything, to keep everything what's going on in the league part of, up front to see everybody what's going on. Fifth quarter normally only tackles topics and we go over recap and predictions, but the other segment that I created, I wanted to touch on everything else. MVP race, rookies of the year, stuff like that, players of the week. Just go and look at the stats, who's doing what, number one defense, number one offense, The other show, me going live, I want to touch on that. We don't get to touch on that in the fifth quarter, so, stay tuned. We got that coming your way real, like ASAP too, by the way, so stay in tune, man, and knock out your games. Stop being soft. Stop trying to get over. Stop trying to fair sim your way through the season. Knock your games out and everything copacetic. But till then, I'll see you on the next live. I'm going.